Hey, my fellow navigators, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector, Scrappy Privateer, Episode 22, Slipsurging. Hi, Luds. Yeah, I'm here for Lud Blood, so... Lud Blood, here we go. I love when they come to tithe me and I actually have a combat-capable fleet, and I'm like, ha 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 ha, tithe? Think not. Oops, I didn't mean it. Fortress mode. Hey, get your dead corpse out of my way, Mr. Hammerhead. I wouldn't mind picking up some of their overdriven eradicators. Honestly, I like the eradicator ships a lot for their, like, missile burst damage. So if we could grab some of them, that'd be great. Hang in there, little ship. We're just like burn drive out of there. I don't care. Man, I cannot turn around quick enough. That eradicator is like nearly dead. Yeah, there it goes. All right, what's left? There's another hammerhead over east with a hound that just got popped. So the reason I'm picking up blueprints is the blueprints that you have access to give you the ability to have the AI-controlled patrols that patrol your own sector be equipped with them. So even though I don't directly... yeah, I don't really care about the remaining ships. Even though I don't directly control the ships themselves, you know, they're still of a bit of a benefit. Got another story point? Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Nah, also, man, I'm fat-fingering all the controls. Alright, whatever. A warning beacon here at Toyol. And it looks like you guys want me to invest in heavy works at Nick the Good. So Nick the Good is at 98% growth, so it will be grown enough in a moment here, probably, to do just that. Well, this is a busy solar system with a lot of planets. So if you're wondering, once you have Slipsurge, there's really not functionally anything you gain from additional topography data, other than to be given topographical data, which you can sell, kind of like survey data. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily worth grinding for. It's a horrible use of your time. It's not going to pay for itself. But if you're near like freebie spots like gas giants and magnetic fields, you might as well just do a little bit of scanning, because you can get a little bit of money for it. There we go. Nick the Good just leveled up. So heavy industry, here we go. And what I need to do is I need to make my way back to Agro, pick up the corrupted nanoforge, and install it in the heavy industry on Nick the Good. So this is a remnant system. Got it. Oh. Well, this research station sure had a lot of things not regarding research. They were researching what tasty food and drugs tasted like, I guess. Oh, yeah, let me get rid of the food in lieu of metals. We're full up, so I'm essentially having to decide what to take. I will need to... Oh, they're attacking me? That's very cute. I'll deal with that myself. I'm going to have to get back to core soon because we're running out of supplies. Oh, you think you could torpedo me? I got 360 coverage, friend. Silly Fulgence. I'm very glad these little ships decided not to play Poke the Bear, where they like shoot me and then run away, because that gets really tiresome really quick. Oh no, the remnants don't like me. I don't even know why there's rep for remnants. I don't get that. Like, you're never gonna befriend them. They're always gonna try to kill you. So... Oh, more drugs. Right on. Alright, I'm gonna check for ruins. And also check for a chronal hyper shut. There's something here. Bunch of debris fields. Are there any good missile weapons without ammo limitations? Not really. The weapons that don't use ammo are essentially EMP missiles that knock out engines, but they will never kill anything. So it's maybe decent for certain ships like monitors to have, to harass. Like, there's some ships in the game that, like, will never really kill anything. Ooh, I gained some crew from empty pods. They're just really good at, like, making the enemy waste, flux and ordnances, in other words. Like monitors. So monitors are just really small ships that have high shields. I think they have Fortress Shield as a specialty, and they're just really freaking hard to kill. But they basically don't do any damage. They're like swarmy little gnats, and giving those ships things that will knock engines out can be really useful, because then what ends up happening is your swarmy little gnats will disable the movement speed of the ships you're trying to fight. You know, disabling the engines, making them sitting targets. So there are edge case uses for missile systems that don't require ammo, but what I would say is all the ones that are worth, all the ones that really can do damage are obviously going to have finite missile counts. But, you know, you get missile racks and things that will increase your missile count and you'll be fine. There are some very late game, the redacted stuff, but in this specific stream, we're not using any redacteds, that's in the rules, so that's there if you want to read it. All right, we are back in the not so civil civilization, and I need to make my way back down to Nick the Good to install the corrupted nanoforge. I would love to be able to try to find a full-fledged nanoforge, you know, pristine one, because that would really ramp up production as well, but I don't have one yet. And I don't know where one... Well, I do know where one is, right? Because, you know, you can steal one from other factions, but I'm not really in the position to do that at the moment. So if you're wondering what I'm talking about, there are some planets in the core worlds which will have pristine nanoforges, which you can destroy the orbital stations or battle stations around those planets, and then have Marines launch a raid to steal their nanoforge, their pristine nanoforge, to take it from them. So if we went to, for instance, Kazaron, which is, I believe Kazaron has one. It's the Persean League's homeworld. That would have one. the hegemony homeworld has one. You know, you can steal these nanoforges if you really want, but that's punching way above our belt, and then on top of that, it will make us a more or less permanent enemy of that faction. So it would be not maybe an amazing idea. All right, there's no deficits of domestic goods anywhere, so I'm just going to sell them here. Same with metals. I'm going to hold on to the transplutonics. I don't have enough drugs to really make it worth my effort to find a place that's best to sell those. I'm going to part with the 1, 2, and 3 data, hold on to the 5 data. I'm also going to part with the cores. I don't use cores except for alpha cores, and I don't use alpha cores in the traditional sense. I only use them to create stability points, but I have no use for gamma and beta, so I'll sell those. And then also I have the blueprints down here that I don't need either because I already know them, so I'll sell those as well. I might as well keep the heavy machinery I currently have because I'm not allowed to buy heavy machinery, and there's very much a there might be a point where I want to do some more colonization, which burns heavy machinery, so I'll hold on to it and save it up for colonization potentially. There we go. You want me to move, you want me to smuggle, but not paying very much. You want me to attack Tritac. And you want me to install a spy satellite in Hybersil. I'll do that. That's pretty easy to do. So monthly income's looking pretty good. It's going to be even better when we get heavy industry up. So heavy industry needs metals and transplutonics, and our mine here is mining metals, ore, and transplutonic ore, and also volatiles, because there's plentiful volatiles here. So that also means that I could potentially set up fuel production on Nick the Good at some point once it gets bigger, because normally you mine volatiles. Well, actually, that might not be necessary, because these volatiles can be kind of directly exported to Qantas Den, because I gave them a fusion lamp, so they need volatiles badly. Alternatively, I could install the new fusion lamp I have to counteract the extreme cold at Nick the Good, using the volatiles that they mine to warm the planet up. That's a possibility that would reduce the hazard rating, and as a result, that would allow us to attract more immigrants or population growth. So perhaps I'll pull for that. Do you want me to install the fusion lamp at Nick? And with that said, once Nick the Good becomes large, we couldn't remove it. You know, once the benefit of population growth is done, we could always take the fusion lamp out and then sell the volatile instead. It's not a problem. Oh, yeah, that's going to be hard to install a... do I have any illegal... No, I have nothing illegal on me right now. Okay, well, let's first go over to Dawn, and then we'll hack these sensors. Because there's a lot of pickets hovering around where I need to install that. Well, look at that! All but 2 ships now have their demods removed, which means I should start cycling out ships. Essentially, as long as I own ships that need demods removed, I need to filter them through the fleet so that they get repaired. Well, I don't need to, but I should. That's the smart play. What was I doing here? You are going to tell me where an AI core is? Okay. I'm going to keep it, but alright. You silly Billy. So where is it? Anyway. Oh, it's very close to my homeworld. So this is my home system, and we have 2 known AI cores. Really not that far. Beta Manuela and Gamma Iron. So at some point we can run over there. I don't really need AI cores at the moment. I could install more stability points into my home system with them, but the only one I really care about is stability, and we already have a stability set up. I don't really care too much about the sensor arrays or the burn drive speed. That doesn't really matter to me. Derelict ship, Old Millix. That's not in the direction we want to go. Plus, I need to be... well, I mean, maybe. Oh, Renmir is removing demods. Sweet. Wow, they are just sitting on it. Scary. Oh, there we go. Is this mercantile? Yeah, they're corporate traders. Perfect. That means no one's really looking. Come on, go away, corporate trader. Go away. Pickets are picking me up. And this is why I have move speed 20. Because when they're like, hey, your transponder's not on, I'm like, haha, bye! Millennium Falcon, away! I like how I turned my transponder on since, and they're still pissed at me. Renmir has structural damage repaired. Wow, they're even tracking me in a nebula. Alright, turning this transponder off. You can leave me alone now. I haven't made enemies of, oh god, they're finding me again. Fine. I'm complying. Alright, let's try to get this stupid spy sat installed. They're just camping this spot. And unlike some other solar... oh, well, they're moving now. Unlike other solar systems, there isn't really a ring system or debris field or anything like that that is going to allow me to get it quick. So they have a security patrol just like sitting here. And I'm being tracked by local security as a result. How much time do I have on this? 84 days? You know what? I'll come back with a phase ship and do it the stealth way. Because I'm about to not have any demods in any of my ships. And I want my hull restoration to actually be effective. Any thoughts on Doom class ship? I like it. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Barren world, way south. Okay, not interested. I thought for a second it wanted me to analyze a derelict ship within the core worlds, and I was like, huh? Because that never happens. Oh no! Well, Samael is a blue giant, I think. Yeah, so I'll be able to slip surge my way home. So I will show you what Slipsurge looks like. Which is going to be a little weird because it's only 9 light years away. So if you generate a Slipsurge... oop, that's not what I meant to do. This one's going kind of in the wrong direction, but whatever. We jump! And it launches us in the direction of the Slipsurge, ideally towards home, in this case. So there was Slipsurge in all its glory. A way to skip. And if I read the tooltips, because I haven't really explained this, black holes and neutron stars have a surge strength of extreme, supergiant stars have a surge strength of high, and giant stars have a surge strength of average. So it only really works near a gravity well, and it does consume fuel, and it does cost your ships to have to repair. Yeah, I know I'm out of supplies, but I'm home, so it doesn't really matter. All right, you guys wanted the fusion lamp to be installed at Nick the Good, and also the corrupted nanoforge, so I'll do that in a minute. Now, the plasma dynamo, increasing the volatiles production can only be installed on gas giants, so that doesn't really help Nick the Good, because Nick the Good is not a gas giant, it's just a cold world. And then the cryo-arithmetic engines, which increase the effectiveness of high commands, can only be installed on hot and extreme heat worlds. Ideally, the heart of our military would be on an extreme heat world, but we don't have one. Oh well. All right, points. There we go. And fleet. So we're leaving behind all of the fully... Oh, we undemodded everything. Nice. Let's... What demod do you have? You have damaged weapon mounts. Let's take you and undemod you. So I'm actually just going to fly the Invictus myself until it gets undemodded, because the Invictus is so expensive to run because of all the crew that it requires. It's kind of absurd. And then once its demods are removed, then we'll switch over to other ships. Yes. And I just want, like, one extra crew member, because, you know, they have to pay salaries and all that. All right, current priority is improve the planets. Are any other planets in my homeworld valid for colonization? I will check in just a sec. So the corrupted nanoforge increases ship and weapon production quality by 20%, and increases the heavy industry output by 1. On habitable worlds, it also causes pollution, and the pollution is permanent. But Nick the Good is not a habitable world, so that doesn't really matter. And then you also wanted me to install an orbital fusion lamp. So the orbital fusion lamp is going to reduce the hazard rating caused by the extreme cold, depending on the amount of volatiles that it has. And I can say use stockpiles during shortages, so it's using the stockpiled volatiles in storage here to keep the fusion lamp lit. And as a result, the hazard rating of extreme cold, which is 50%, is gone. So this used to be a 200 hazard world, and now it's a 150 hazard world. Awesome. And that will also increase growth. So without a fusion lamp, without hazard pay and a fusion lamp, as you can see, there's a difference here. The more hazardous it is, the slower the growth. So if I uninstall the fusion lamp entirely, growth is negative because it's a hostile world to live in. And then with the fusion lamp drawing from the stockpiles, growth is about 2.5% higher. With some hazard pay, it's even higher than that. And I don't mind paying hazard pay because I really want Nick the Good to grow, because as it grows, I can add more industry there. And it has a lot of volatiles that it's sitting on in stockpile to draw from, which is great. All right, what next planet improvement to make? So some choices. I can wait for the heavy industry to finish. So Nick, heavy industry to orbital works. Nick could also do spaceport to megaport. That's pretty much all that I would really be able to do. Oh, you know what? I could also do a way station, patrol HQ, or ground defenses here at Nick, or orbital station. So I'll write them all out, because there's a lot of improvements to make. So it'll take me a second to write them all up, but then I'll save them so that they're easy to pull on in the future. Nick, Orbital station, Nick. Ground defense, Nick. Patrol HQ, Nick. Way station. So that is the full list of Nick the Goods improvements. So there's 6 of them. All right, and then over at Agroville, I don't even have to actually go there, but I did want to do the SpySat mission, so I'm going to hopefully remove this demod, but if not, I'll switch to like a phase ship so I can stealth my way in. Oh, I might also want to run some rec drugs to Chico Maztok, because they're, or maybe to Dawn. It'll be easier to get it to Dawn. 800 drugs to Dawn. All right, so the ones that I could do in aggro would be ground defenses to heavy batteries. Well, let's do patrol HQ to military command. Military command. Yeah, military base, not command. Aggro, ground defenses to heavy bats. Aggro, orbital station to battle station. Which I would need to save up for. I could also add commerce. And I think that's probably all the reasonable ones, because fuel production doesn't really make all that much sense because we're using the volatiles. I could do light industry, I suppose, but I don't think I'm not mining the organics here. So I don't have, that doesn't really make sense either. And then I already have mining. I could mine the organics here, but then I would need to then also set up light industry. It doesn't really make sense. So yeah, those are the lists. So of these planet improvements to make, whoa, it goes off the screen. But there you go. You can vote for the next one, the next major one, because I'm amassing a pretty decent amount of credits. So I will be able to afford some fun improvements to make. And then I have I don't have a good ship to do I don't have a good stealth ship at the moment. If I just went in the Lynx Tempest, and did insulated engine, that's probably my best bet because I don't have small phase ships. Agroville has a shortfall of heavy machinery. That would be the heavy industry that I have going on over at Nick the Good. So once Nick the Good's heavy industry is set up, this will actually, the shortages here will actually be managed. So that there's some synergy there. So let's do that. I'm going to store all of my ships and go run that quick stealth mission, I think. Which means I'm not going to be undemodding anything for a bit, but that's fine. Oh, wait, abort. I don't want to put it in the stockpile. Alright, I am just a tiny little ship now. Refit. So it has some built-in ones. I didn't even build that in. It came like that. So then, let's install insulated engine assembly. And how fast does this thing move? 11? Okay, yeah, I don't need to make it go any faster. So maybe then fuel. Auxiliary fuel tanks. And that will work. Oh, we also have some Luddic path attacks. So it's going to be in my best interest to counter those soon as well. They're attacking from Azathoth. There might even be a bounty from some other faction to go kill them. Because when the Luddic path attacks planets from a Luddic path base, they usually don't just have one pather attacking. So I'm curious if there's a bounty out for them. Which is to say, normally I wouldn't intentionally do bounties for other factions. But if we get paid to blow up a pather base from, let's say, Tritac, I'm making it up, I'll take the money. It's not like I can refuse it. Research station out at Jotunheim. Whoa, oh, that was a pirate fleet. It had me scared, man. Alright, let's hack their comms again. And then try to get this installed. So the ship that I have here has a very tiny sensor profile as a result of insulated engines and it being a tiny ship, so it will be much easier to hide as a result. And you guys have voted that Nick the Good is getting a megaport. So I'll do one more colony improvement and then I'll re-poll about what to do next. So here's the second colony improvement to make, which I'm sure I'm going to need money for, so I'm going to probably run some pirate missions to be able to make that money. How much time do I have on this mission? 54 days? I must say, the pickets here are just like, oh yeah, you can scan me. I got nothing to hide. The pickets here are just really guarding the hell out of this point here. So now I've just gone dark. I have a sensor profile that is pretty small for not being in a nebula or something like that. But the security is just totally not... I turned on my transponder right when I was about to be found out. The security here is just hovering around it. I might just need to call it quits. I might not be able to do this because this one is so well guarded. I already hacked the relay. I already did all that. One thing I could do to slow them down, I guess... Well, no, that wouldn't really slow them down. That would just speed me up. Yeah, there's really nothing to do other than what I've already done. I could increase my own burn speed. I'll try that, and then if having me be able to go dark and quick isn't helpful, I'll just pull the plug on this and eat the cost of, like, losing a rep with the pirates. It's not a big deal. Oh, and this is literally being guarded by Picket, so I can't even hack this until they buzz off. So you can see all the anomalous data, because it's... So what really needs to happen, the only way to make this doable is if the pirates, like, launched an assault in this system. But I don't control that. So I don't think this mission is worth doing anymore. Yeah, this is... They're very secure. I'm not sneaking through here. They have so many fleets to be able to chase down this anomalous radar data that they don't... Oh, here they go. Alright, so now I am gaining the burn speed bonus from that. It's too bad you can't pay the pirates for a diversion. That would be pretty cool. Except for hard to balance, because there's a lot of things that you could do to have like crazy powerful effects if pirates were used as diversion. But still pretty cool. Oh, you know what? No one's around. Not any of the tri-tackers. No, they're coming. I turned my transponder on, man! What more do you want from me? Whoa, they got close. Haha, but you can't catch me. I'm the Gingerbird Tempest. Alright, I'm pulling the plug on this. This is not worth me doing. They got close, but no, not close enough. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna let the timeout rather than abandon. Is there a bounty for... No. There is no bounty for the Azatoth Pather base. So if you're wondering what that's doing to me, stability is coming down as a result of path attacks. So if I take a look at the colony crises, I do have the Luddic path kind of harassing me. And I can counter this by destroying their base. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And then try to earn the money for aggro to get a military base. So let's get home. And get a real fleet. It's nice to be in a little agile ship that can just like zip around the storms. Are you chasing me? Seemed like they were chasing me. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector, Scrappy Privateer, which originally streamed live on Twitch, February 24th and February 25th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow privateers.